Guys, welcome to Ride Bus episode 7. This time round is a bit different because we are shooting with GoPro 7. Yam is not with me today because we went for a separate ride. Yam rode to Thailand, me joining Licky Molly and GoPro organized by Von Pan. Because of that, I learned something new about GoPro 7. This package was given to me last year Christmas, GoPro 7, and as you can see, I have not opened it up yet because I'm not very sure about the process to use GoPro 7. But good thing I went for the ride with Von and Licky Molly and GoPro, and I learned a lot about GoPro 7. Before I go on with the GoPro 7, we're going to bring our next guest for Ride Bus episode 7, Muhammad Reza. He rode from Singapore to Bagan for charity. We're going to ask him those typical standard question like how he raised fund while riding, how he get his group form and stuff like that. We'll bring Reza in, and then when we come back, we'll talk more about GoPro 7. Thank you everyone, see you in a bit, bye.
If I could take you up in boom boom boom, boom boom, tell me I'm the only one that you love. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Life could be a dream. Plans would come true. Spend my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart.
Hello everyone. Yam is not here yet. Probably Yam is on the way. Today with me, I have Muhammad Reza. Reza just got back from Myanmar. He did this ride for good cause called Road to Bagan. I'm wearing this nice shirt to raise fund and distribute it to the people in Myanmar, the Rohingya people. But before we go on, I'll let Reza to introduce himself. A little bit about himself before we will go on, okay? Go ahead, Reza. Short introduction.
Firstly, maybe I would like to thank Ra and Yim for having me on this episode. Secondly, if you don't mind, I would also thank to all those who actually contribute the cause of Road to Bagan, including Ra here as well. So thank you very much for all this. You guys are making a good cause.
Okay.
Myself, I've been riding for 20 years. Started off with a WR200 Yamaha Scrambler.
That's the bike I started off to.
In fact, it's a lot of, at that point of time, a lot of people start on that bike.
Yeah,
because it was one of the bigger CC bike. And that point of time, it was
Go anywhere bike.
Go anywhere bike. People are crazy going off-road at that point of time. Yeah.
What's your current present bike right now?
Okay, currently I'm riding the first batch of Ducati Multistrada Enduro. It's the first ever Ducati's off-road oriented bike. Why I love it, I think the power, the balance, the agility of the bike itself is very nice when they package it together with the Italian brand Ducati.
So you rode this exact same bike to Bagan?
Yes, I rode the same bike to Bagan. I rode it elsewhere as well. And I love it very much. Given a choice, I'll still ride it again. I believe in contributing back to the country that I travel to. Because when we go to a country, we take in their beauty, we take in their sights, their culture. So that's what we get from there. What we benefit. So it's nice to be able to contribute something back. So in this case, it's not a matter of Rohingya or what. I actually look at a certain country and what are their needs, what are the situation that is taking place there. The organization that I work with was Global ASAN Relief, and they are situated in Juchat. Because as you know now, the current situation in Myanmar is very fragile. It's in a crisis, especially in the Rakhine state where the Rohingyas are. So it's impossible for us to actually go into the Rakhine state itself. So what we had to do, we had to find intermediary to actually help us to disburse the funds there. The funds once collected, I actually sent over to them And coincidentally, the same month that we were going to Bagan, we were having our ride in December, the organization itself making a trip into Rakhine State, providing disaster relief. So it was just nice that they were in time for them to accept the whatever donation and use it for that. Of course, the most efficient way is to look for an organization first and maybe help them to support their cause. That's one. But for me, I work the other way around. I look for my cause first. So for my cause in this case was the crisis in Rohingya. The crisis in Myanmar. So and then I did all my collection. Then I have the problem of looking for a organization who's willing to do that. Okay. Yeah, but that being said, not exactly impossible to do, because even if you were to do it the other way around as well, like previously in when I was in Laos as well, there was an organization there who were able to accept the funds and disburse the fund itself. And there's no problem of doing that. So please do not be afraid that there's no organization that will help. There's always plenty of organizations who will are looking for relief efforts. Seriously, they're looking for it. Sometimes we just have to look harder. Yeah, and of course, countries that are not in crisis, not in war, you're able to work better in terms of this relief effort. I asked my group of friends, riders whom I've rode with, even my normal riding kakis. As usual, people call me, then afterwards, oh, I have to back up because of this. So I was having for the first 6 months, from January to June of 2018, I was having people in and out of the lifts. And for me, I do not require any deposit as well, because I prefer people to commit on their own willingness, to what they want to ride. Towards the end of June, it was really a make or break. I had to confirm everything by July, the number of the participants. So by June, I was really very desperate, and I only had 3 person in June.
Okay, I understand, because
including myself.
You need to coordinate with the guide in Myanmar and everything, right?
I had to coordinate on the guide part, and this part also I have to tell you, because I did not want to follow their itinerary, so I really had a longer period of time for paperwork as well. Yeah. So by June, I actually had advertised on social media, on Facebook or Instagram, to really find people. Luckily, by the last day of July, the last person committed, and everyone was very willing, and they said, okay, never mind, because we are late, they are willing to put a deposit on the spot by that day.
How many total participants you got for Road to Bagan?
I'm only looking for 6 for Road to Bagan, so we actually really have 6.
Okay, that's good. After all the panic.
Yeah. Normally, for any long distance ride, it's always good to prep the rider mentally. So having a briefing before or in the morning before your ride, your day's ride, is very good to mentally prep the mind of the riders. Secondly, pre-checking of the bike is for the ride for the day. Checking for loose items, checking for whether you have looped your chain, checking for your lights, whether they are working, all the signal light, headlights, your fog light. Yeah, fog lights are good to have, especially when you are traveling overseas, because sometimes you won't know that you might end up traveling into the night. Yeah. Come back to me. When we have started our ride, basically we are looking at maybe 100. I always tell my riders, okay, 100, we ride 100 kilometers, we stop the next petrol pump. So that's a good distance for riding, because it's always a battle between time, catching the daylight, and also between having enough rest. It's always a delicate balance. You rush too much, your riders won't have enough rest. You rest too much, you won't cover the distance.
Very good. Yeah, I like that. Very good.
Yeah. frankly speaking, there are many unforgettable moments. It's the first time for everyone, yeah. And along the way, every day there's bound to be one thing that, or two things that make you talk about it days and days and days after that. But if I were to choose one unforgettable moment, it would be in Bagan, when 6 strangers, 6 people who have never ridden with each other before, come together and watch the beautiful, beautiful sunset of Bagan coming down together. It's beautiful.
The sunset.
Sunrise as well. On the same day we actually did a sunrise and a sunset. So the sunrise is also the same. It's very beautiful with balloons flying across the landscape.
I can imagine.
Yeah, so imagine 6 strangers out of nowhere after 10 days coming together.
This is the end of the trip?
It's in the middle of the trip.
In the middle?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, after getting to know each other for the past 10 days, you ride together. In the morning, we have to go out early morning in the dark, off-road condition, and some of them have not ridden off-road before, so we actually have to encourage each other. It's okay, we can do it. We slowly do, find a temple that we can climb up to and watch the beautiful sunrise.
So this is in Bagan, eh?
Yeah, in Bagan, sunset and sunrise.
I can
Beautiful.
imagine. We are interested to know when and where will you be next, right?
Yeah, currently I'm only looking at in June, probably Borneo, hoping to cover maybe from Sarawak, Brunei, one loop of Sabah, and hopefully I can enter Pontianak at least.
Oh,
Yeah, I won't be able to do what Ra did. Yeah, one
no,
full round,
that's crazy.
That's crazy.
No, you can. If you go to Sarawak, you go to Lundu, you can see the cowboy town in Kalimantan. Really,
In and out.
in and out, stay at night.
Come to one full loop.
Yeah.
I was really looking for that.
Do it. Seriously, now is better. Yeah. That's from Muhammad Reza, right to Bagan. If you have any questions, just comment in the comment box below. And for the GoPro 7, after riding with it to Malacca, I found this is the most efficient action camera that I ever used before. What I like about this one is that it has a built-in gimbal, so I don't need to worry about vibration. I test it on my windshield, I test it on the back of my bike, and I don't see any vibration at all. So it's very stable. I recommend you guys to at least give this a try on your next trip. If you want more information, just comment below in the box. That's it. We see you again on Ride or Bus episode 7. Thank you very much.